Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to M4J Logistics here on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, as I said at the end of last episode, I am literally recording the next episode right after. So we are still at the bottom of the quarry, but I'm going to have a look at what job market options we have. So we're currently just outside Dortmund. There's one to go back to Liège. I know how long that journey is now, so I don't want to do that. Amsterdam, 5 hours 29. Bremen, nearly £5.5 for just doing 3 hours 41. I think I might do this one. Is it from the same spot? Doesn't look like it is. Hopefully there aren't many quarries in and around Dortmund. Who knows? But I need to get back up out of this quarry, so let's go this way. So yeah, I went and listened back to the sound from the last episode as well. It was a little bit loud at the start. You could pretty much hear what I was saying though, but yeah, turning it down has made a big difference. So I've left the volume and turned it down. So hopefully you guys can hear me still over the top of my rumbling engine. Oh my god, that nearly ended badly. I got distracted looking at the audio levels again. So again, as I said last time out, I don't have many conversation topics and questions yet, so I'm going to have to improvise a little bit. But I don't mind doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. I kind of mentioned it briefly last episode though, and I want to mention it again now. Getting people involved and multiplayer. Not just streams, but multiplayer in general. Way back when I was streaming, at the time someone very kindly donated a Minecraft server for us to play on. When I first started playing Minecraft, vanilla Minecraft. But then when we started doing modded Minecraft, myself and Suchi, or Slipknot, he had two names, we wanted to get as many people involved as possible. So I think we both pitched in for the server. I'm trying to remember exactly how it worked now. I know a couple of people donated servers, and I'm still very, very grateful for that as well, because that made the experience a lot more pleasant, believe me. Trying to run a server can be a very stressful thing, particularly if it constantly breaks, which did happen once. The server did constantly go down, but fortunately it was just a case of, click a few buttons, press a few keys, and it kind of fixed itself. But yeah, running servers was something I really looked into a while ago. Things like Space Engineers, 7 Days to Die, Minecraft. I actually had a little section on my old website where people could order servers, and looking back, I was grossly underqualified to do that, believe me. But now, what I would like to do is, for as many games as possible, have some kind of multiplayer system set up, which is easier said than done. So some games like Planet Coaster, of course, is single player only, so that wouldn't apply. But games like Minecraft, getting the Guard City project onto a server would be cool, so people could come on and help build that. I'm not making videos on it at the moment, but it would be something, it'd be like a Patreon reward. People can come on and just play. OpenCTD, like I mentioned last time out, maybe doing the occasional Euro Truck stream where I do the multiplayer side of things, which I've not tried yet. As long as people don't troll and grief, I'm open to the idea of it, but I've seen videos where people just block roads and stuff like that, and it really isn't fun. But hopefully I can trust people to not do that. At least people who are watching the stream to not do that. There might be other people on the server, and at that point you're in their hands, basically. But yeah, Space Engineers, if I haven't already mentioned that. Space Engineers is a really good one to do multiplayer, because what I love about multiplayer games, things like GTA, when I'm playing GTA with the guys, one thing I really, really love is that moment where you're trying to round everyone up and you're saying things like, well, where's Kurt, where's Ben, where's Alex? And they're all saying different things. So like Alex might be in the casino, Kurt might be at the airport, Ben might be up in the mountains. And it's just so cool that you're in a world where it's not split screen, and you're not limited by what the screen can show. Your friend could be literally anywhere in the world, and you have to go out and find them. And like GTA San Andreas had a multiplayer, technically had a multiplayer, but it wasn't even a split screen. It was a single screen, and you couldn't go further apart than the screen could display, otherwise you'd get a warning, and if you continued to break the warning, then the multiplayer session would end. And little things like that, they were fine but annoying. They were great for their time. First time GTA had a multiplayer mode, but I really like that idea of you could be anywhere in the world. And Space Engineers takes that one step further. You could be anywhere in the galaxy. You don't even have to be on the same planet as your friend. And that is something that I really, really want to get back into, is Space Engineers multiplayer. Setting up my own dedicated server and just inviting people on to play. So if you have Space Engineers and you're a viewer of the channel, it doesn't even have to be a Patreon reward, this one. You just have to be subscribed pretty much. Or just a viewer. You don't even have to be subscribed. But yeah, if you're interested in that kind of thing, do let me know in the comments down below, because I think it'd be awesome. And the most fun time I've ever had while streaming is when I was doing Space Engineers. And I just love the fact that, because I had people in all different time zones as well, I'd go to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning here in the UK, and the American guys would still be online. And then when I wake up the next day, the first thing I would do is go on the server and see what they've built. And you know, the little hangar that we built in the rock, that's all it was to start with, was just a little hangar. It was just a flat platform to start with, but we got some really, really creative people on board, quite literally. And the stuff they built was just awesome. And the fact that it turned from just a hangar into a whole base. There was a whole, you know, item sorting system. There was refineries, processors, assemblers, little mess hall. We had a meeting room at one point. We had a control room, so we could control the entire station from one room, with all button presses to open the hangar doors and stuff like that. It was awesome. And I think we built most of that before planets became a thing as well. So if we'd have built that in orbit around a planet, or at least above a planet, because I don't think orbit is... I think people have made mods for it, but orbit in general isn't something that's in the game. But yeah, it's such a good time. And the reason it stopped really is because we all got into Minecraft, but I really would like to get back into it. And actually, we were at one point talking about creating like a roleplay roleplay server on Space Engineers, where you'd be like a trading company or a mining company, wherever it might be. You go out there, mine resources. There'll be a little PvP area, because everyone wants PvP for some reason. I prefer PvE myself, player versus environment, but player versus player is something that is in high demand currently, so I wouldn't deprive people of that. So there'd be like a dedicated arena set up where people can fight ships and fight each other, hand-to-hand combat, guns, whatever it might be. But the majority of the server will just be big, wide open spaces with trading stations, planets, asteroids. You can mine, you can buy, you can sell. Now they've got like an actual trading system built into the game. Makes life a lot easier. You get credits, you can buy and sell ships. I think it's just awesome. I've been keeping a very close eye on the updates for Space Engineers. They've almost fixed pistons and rotors as well, from what I hear. They're still not perfect, but they're a lot better than they used to be. So yeah, Space Engineers is one of the games I will have played on last week's 1K chill stream. Just realising by the time this video goes out, that stream would have come and gone. So you can go back and check that out. Yeah, little ideas like that, just getting people involved. I think my next story-based game that I play on the channel might be a multiplayer one as well. There's some old classics that I've been watching Kurt streaming, and I kind of want to dust those off. I might even get some Telltale games and do things like The Wolf Among Us. See what that's all about. Right, we are 3 hours 18 minutes away from our destination in Bremen. We are definitely penetrating the heart of Germany now. Come on, truck. There we go. Come on, truck. And it's because we've got a full fuel tank and we're hauling a massive bulldozer. These things are heavy. It's incredible just the amount of power and torque you can get from a truck. They're not fast. People always assume that, you know, trucks, because they're not fast, they're not interesting. But I think they're more interesting. These things can haul loads, like 4 or 5 times their weight. It's like those little tug things you see that pull aircraft around at airports. Those things can probably pull about 3 or 4 aircraft at a time. They're incredibly powerful machines. I'm going to do a little bit of speeding here. I feel like we're just going really slow. I thought the autobahns had limitless speed limits. Apparently not. I don't actually know if autobahns have been coded into this game or not. Probably not. I might search for that after I've finished this episode. Ausfahrt off in that direction. No giggling. Speed up, Mini. Thank you. Pulling out in front of me like that. Münster Nord. In 800 meters. Autohof. What's Autohof? Is that just the name of a road? Amsterdam and is it Groningen? Off in that direction. So that's turning towards the Netherlands. Ausfahrt. So these cars are going... Is it just because trucks are limited to 50 miles an hour on motorways? Is that what the issue is here? Or 80 kilometers an hour, I should say, since we are on the continent. That's a bit sucky though. It could be dangerous to have trucks going fast, but I think it depends on the load. Come on, retarder, kick in. Say heavy load. Trying to slow this thing down. Sheesh. I feel for that retarder. Alright, driving straight. So we are 2 hours away from our destination. What was that? Oh, loan installments. Wow, £2,500. So I'm hoping that takes £2,500 off what's left of our loan as well. Because it was it 83,000 and we were on, was it 82,000 and we were on 63,000? Something like that. Weren't we like £19,000 away from paying off the loan? So now we should be on £16,500, give or take, away from paying off the loan. I should probably move over. At least I hope we're getting close now, because that's the first big objective of any Euro truck save, really. People assume it's like buying your first truck and things like that, but the first time you're fully debt free and every single penny that you own stays as yours, that's when you hit your first big milestone. And then when you buy your first big office and your first garage and you hire your first driver and you buy your second truck, that's when you make it. And that's about as far as I've ever gotten in the past. I think I've got as far as hiring a driver and buying a second truck, but I took out huge loans to do that. I wasn't going to do that for this. I just wanted to see what it was like when I did it before. Whereas right now, I want to do things properly, because I want this series to have a little bit of longevity. Why does that road not go anywhere? Why is it not on the map? Is it just one I can't turn off at? Yeah, it is. What does Ausfahrt mean in German? Is it just junction? Something like that? Who knows? Wow, just 50 miles. It's so slow. No wonder these journey times are so long. Speeding slightly. Come on, retarder. At what point does it kick in? No, we're going uphill now anyway, so I don't need it. Right, what else can we talk about today? Thumbnails. I think I've mentioned them before. The new thumbnails have pretty much been rolled out across the board now. Every series, every video has the new thumbnails. I think the response has been a bit confused, really, because suddenly everything changed. And I didn't really announce beforehand that things were changing. They just suddenly changed. So a lot of my videos, like the view count, has dropped a little bit. And I think that's partly why, because you're used to seeing something on your sub feed and suddenly something new appears. I had a similar thing when I changed my channel name from Jeffries just to M4J. It took like a week or so for people to realise it was the same channel. I do a lot of these. I should probably announce them a bit more. But I don't change things on a whim, but I have an inkling to change things. And then I just do it without really telling anyone. I should probably not do that anymore. I have a blog now. I can write a blog post about it. Things like that. Which I will do. Now the website's up and running and established, I will be doing that. And actually, talking about websites being up and established, merchandise is something I've been considering. Now I'm at 1K. It's probably a little bit premature still, but I'm putting ideas in motion to actually come up with some ideas for merchandise. It'll mostly be things like hoodies, t-shirts, maybe phone cases and stickers. I can't really say too much at this stage, but it'll be a collaboration between M4J and XVI. That's as much really as I'll say at this point. But what I really want to know is there anyone out there at this stage who is considering buying merchandise? Because obviously I won't do it if there's no demand for it, but I have a feeling, because there's stuff that I'd like to wear when I'm streaming and when I'm out and about. So setting up the store is partly to find some designs for that. I mean, obviously I'll be wearing the prototypes. You guys will get a much better version of what I'd be wearing. But yeah, I kind of feel like we're at that stage now where even if it's just a short-term thing, limited edition kind of thing, I reckon there's enough of an interest to actually sell some stuff. And it'll be worldwide shipping as well. The people we're looking at teaming up with XVI, it's a worldwide thing. They're based in the US and in Europe. So depending on what you order, it might take 3 days, it might take 5 days. But we've ordered from them before. Very reliable, very high quality, very nice stuff. The XVI hoodies that we all have, that was sourced through them. Although we've all got different designs on our hoodies, which kind of makes them a limited edition item, I suppose. We are speeding. Bremen discovered. I'm actually going to turn right here. Do what I normally do, just go the long way around, just to unlock some of these locations. But yeah, comment down below about merchandise if you guys are interested. We'll come up with price points and stuff in the future. I'm not going to be one of those people that tries and stings people. I'll take a minimum profit if necessary. I'm not going to charge 100 quid for a hoodie, that's for sure. Come on. What have we got here? DAF. I feel like being cruel and making my first employee's truck nowhere near as good as mine. But then that kind of, because I then have to pay them a wage, and they'll not be doing high value jobs, so I'll probably end up losing money doing that. So I'm almost tempted to do is just get a clone of the truck I've got now, so we can both do the same jobs. Maybe give them a slightly less powerful version, because this one's had an upgraded engine, so maybe just give them the bog standard engine. What are you doing? I need to get in this lane. Right. Turn right here. And we have arrived. Not sure why we're delivering a bulldozer to what looks like a supermarket, but hey ho. Who am I to judge? Really easy delivery point as well. Whoa, why am I going backwards? I think we're on a bit of an incline there. There we go, and we're done. Nice and easy. We should get our... There we go, £5,636. Not as much experience this time, but I'm okay with that. I'm just going to check the loan again. So yeah, it has dropped. It has dropped by 2,500. So we're going to meet it like in the middle at this rate. We're on 67,000 at the moment. There's 80,000 left to repay. So we're potentially 2 and a bit jobs. If we do 2 £7,000 jobs, we'll hit this target, no problem. If we do 2 £5,000 jobs, we'll be 3,000 short. But we're getting very close, and that's the main thing now. We're getting very, very close. But all of that is going to have to wait until next time, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you enjoyed the series. Drop some comments down below. Let me know about the merchandise. Let me know about ideas for future videos in this series and all that kind of thing. Any mods that you want to see me play with as well, that's always welcomed. And then head over to the Reddit and the Discord and check out all the good stuff there as well. And of course m4jmedia.com or .co.uk, whichever you prefer, to see the latest news and updates regarding all things M4J. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.